What do men want from their wives? That's what we're going to look at today. I've been told and I've heard many times that an average man wants 3 things from their wives. That is sex, respect, and food. Now we're going to hear from Gerard and Dixon what men want from their wives, other than maybe the things I've just mentioned, or they'll just include them as well. We want to know if it is true or not, and then you tell us more.
Come again. What do we
What
want?
do men?
No, I know the question. What have you said that we want?
Yeah, an average man wants 3 things. That's sex,
Mhm.
respect, and food.
Food.
So I want to know more.
Was our video I think the video is now over.
No, I'm sure there are many other things you guys want from us. Yeah. This is strictly for the married people.
Yeah, you know that's a very hard topic, because the fact that human beings are unique, and also women are also unique. We all have special things that we want from our wives. So just like the way you say, the principle is one of the things that we want from our wives is one, like for me, what I would want is just a home, a place where I'm free, you know, I feel happy to return home. I feel happy to spend my time at home. I feel happy even when I'm leaving and I'm going maybe for work related. I'm excited to return. So if
a place of relaxation.
Exactly.
I hope wives out there have had that. Yeah.
The way Dixon is looking at me, I leave the hard answers for you.
Okay. He's a senior, you know.
No, of course, what happens is that all of us have different needs from our wives. But the truth is, the 3 main things that men want from their wives are what Harriet has already said: sex, food, respect. Less of that, a man does not feel I'm a man.
Okay.
But also the other thing that you want from your wife. If I can begin from the Bible, why a woman was created. 2 major reasons: companionship and being a helper. So that's the beginning point. Biblically, why did God create this lady for me? So companion and then
Helper.
So what you're talking about is what you're saying. I have a very peaceful home. When I'm going to come home and find that everything is there. So that brings also the element of companionship. When not, yes, my wife is going to say, "Oh, darling, welcome back home. I'm here. You know, I've been waiting for you. This is here. Do you want to date? Or maybe some we already have a routine. When we get home, you know, when I get home, or when my husband gets home, he just does A, B, C, D. So sometimes there's that kind of routine that happens, but you know that at least as I get home, there's A, B, C that I will find in place. If I've come on time, you know, yes, my wife has already prepared supper. I'm expecting some kind of unique thing, not the same things every day. There's some kind of a new taste. If it's a meal, if I go in the bedroom, I find something new, and you know.
Okay. So how often do you want to find something new? That's hard to keep up.
By the way,
it's hard to keep up.
Ladies have to be very relevant and go with time. I don't like things which are very routine. You know, you're coming home. You know, everything is like this. No, let there be a difference, a uniqueness of home, some ambience. So that when I get
especially
home,
the bedroom set.
Yes, let there be some ambience in a home.
Yeah, you're right. Because for us as men, generally we are very adventurous.
Yes,
and it's very hard for us, to force, like, let's say, our wives or our spouses to change. Yeah, because some of them will feel insecure. They'll start saying that, oh, so
you're comparing me with someone.
You're comparing me with someone, of course, which is not very good to compare your spouse to any other person. But I think if we are very creative, not only by the two women, even us as men, we need to be very creative, because women generally have got a lot of uniqueness that comes out of them every minute and every time. No wonder every child they bear is unique. So there's that bit of uniqueness that comes along with one of the things that we desire to see in our wives. But also the other thing is acceptance. You know, as men, I think we are more social than women. Even when women tend to demonstrate.
Some of us are more social than our husbands.
Let me tell you,
It's average.
The Bible,
average men are more social.
The Bible talks
But
about
men are always out there. We are.
Okay.
But ladies are more selective.
You see, there is a reason why the Bible said that a wise son respects the friends of his father. It's in Proverbs, and not the friends of the mother.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if me as a father, I have had friends, I have had people who have contributed or who have made me who I am, and I can even trust that when my son goes to Dixon, he can always get refuge, he can always get safety. There's always that assurance. But it's not common among women that probably when maybe maybe my wife is not around, and then my children rarely find safety in the friends of my wife than the friends of me, the father.
That's new for
me. So it's important that one of the things that our wives need to look at is to accept our friends. Of course, it's also it's a very complex thing in that the way our wives want to see us normally says a lot on the kind of friends that we want.
Yes.
So not every friend that we have, should be very happy. You get it? So at the end of the day, through your reactions, we get to understand which kind of friend you want us to have. And I'm saying this in good faith, because at the end of the day, I want, when maybe I'm not around, I can easily call Dixon and say, Dixon, my wife is not well, and she's okay when you go there and maybe help her in this and this. So if my friends are also safe to come home and offer that genuine friendship, that genuine service that needs to be given, then I feel very happy. It's like it's the same thing like when Moses calls me and then tells me, Gerard, Harriet has got an emergency, could you help me and intervene? Let me tell you, if Harriet has been having a bad attitude toward Moses' friend,
not
I'll say Moses, isn't there another person who can help Harriet? I'll be hesitant. But the fact that I know Harriet, she has always accepted me as a friend of Moses, then it will be very easy for me to come and to come and rescue her. So generally, friends are just there in diversity, and they are there to help. So for me, I will talk about the social bit. That one of the things that we want from our wives, and which grows, is for them to accept who we are, our friends, and that's why you people,
actually, not only our friends, even the in-laws,
exactly
the way you are.
Yes.
If I am like this, you find me like this, don't try to change me like immediately. It's maybe, but not it's not easy to change a human being. It's not easy. So acceptance comes with many things. The way you found me, take time to change me. I want my wife to tell me that this is okay, you have these weaknesses, and how I felt you can improve them in this way. That's okay, but it shouldn't become something very troublesome in the family and then create more harm. That kind of life.
Yeah, but also the other thing that I think also men want also from there. Now this is another interesting bit. Is the point of I don't know about Dixon, but I think a woman who is prayerful, can easily soften the man's heart. I don't know. I don't know about Dixon, but one thing I know is each time I see my wife kneel down and pray, even if she's praying for food, you really feel. I don't know how she feels when I'm praying.
You won't tell me she kneels down to pray for food every time.
Does she have to kneel down?
Once in a while. He just said she kneels down.
No, I said each time my wife kneels down and prays. So kneeling, it can be either physically or even at heart. Like there's that kind of humility that women have. For us as men, there's the way we pray, and looks like for us we don't over attach emotions to prayer.
I hear
we normally just go direct. But the women always attach emotions. They can even tell God that, God, now Gerard is going, please, as he steps out, as he gets on a border, as he gets on a taxi, as even walks. Well, that's for me, I say, God, you just bless her, she goes and then returns to So that bit of prayer, if you get a prayerful wife, there's that touch that you get in your relationship. That even when you're even going to enjoy the first point that you mentioned of sex, you know, you feel like, yes,
Things are flowing.
You feel safe. You feel that comfort that, you know, I'm with my spouse who knows God, and even me, I am safe
And the angels
to
are going to be
enjoy
watching and
that
clapping.
ministry, which is not very common elsewhere. Because if you ever go elsewhere and then you like, there's that sense of guilt that comes along because someone doesn't know God.
Yes.
But if you're with your wife who prays and she trusts you, if you feel like, you know, God has made a way. I don't know. Dixon.
Yeah, of course. I think what I want from my wife comes from the reasons why I got married to this person. And those are issues that the three things that we talked about that men should look forward to. Because by the time I got married, that means I was vulnerable.
Yes.
I wanted someone who would come and help me. In that sense, I'm not saying that she should be doing everything for me, but you want someone who's with you, a companion. So that when I'm going somewhere, when I'm like for me, I'm a farmer. On top of everything that I'm doing, I'm also a farmer, and I'm very passionate about it. So if I'm going to the farm to do these different things, I'm going to check on my things, you know, let her be part of me. I also support Arsenal. I like Arsenal so much. So if I'm supporting football, it's time for football. My wife should not be cheering against my husband. You're winning. However, she supports money.
I like that. That's very
So
good.
there's that kind of a controversy, but at least all of us love football. So if it is a match, that also brings it together, and that's also like makes you bond actually.
What if Manu is playing Arsenal? Or does that ever happen?
But it's both of you are there. You know, at that time, all of you are watching. The whole thing is football. You get my point? And there's another thing I don't like from this woman is you don't want a nagging woman. That is also scripture.
So you want a peaceful.
You know, she would. You know, where the Bible talks about the roof.
Yes.
Probably, you know.
Instead of being in the same house with a nagging wife, you'd rather sleep on top of the roof.
And a woman who's nagging, so you don't want that, and that comes back to the peaceful home. You don't want to come back home or to be at home, and then the wife is saying, "Hey, everything is complaining." Of course, that's the other way around. If you're not shouldn't be complaining and nagging. Of course, so much with women. Accept us. You don't be a woman who's nagging every now and then. You make us lose, you know, like we lose ourselves and we want to go out of the home. A woman also should be this kind of a person. Actually, we talked about respect, but you know, respect is earned.
Yes.
And even the Bible talks about, Corinthians chapter 3 talks about men must love, husbands must love their wives, and men must respect their husbands. And also there's also an element of submission. I also want to talk about the issue of honoring your husband. You know, men, we have ego. That is natural in us. So if you want to threaten your husband's ego, to honor your husband. I want to be in my house and I feel I am the fish in the water.
So
the only fish, the
what's
biggest
the difference between respect and honor?
Of course, honor comes. Honor is authoritative. By the fact that I am the husband, I am the father, I am the man in this house, I deserve that respect. I mean that honor. But respect is earned depending on how I am doing my part.
If you're treating me well, if you're respecting me, so eventually, obviously,
respect comes. It comes naturally. But by the fact that even if I'm not doing the other part, but when I come in my house, if I have said this should be done like this, my house by 7, everyone should be in the house, and it's being done. That's honor.
No, that's a hard one.
You know, for example, I want to feel like I am the lion in the what?
In the jungle.
In the jungle. I'm the king of the what of the jungle. If I'm the man I'm drawing in my house, even the elephants are taking off. You get my point? That's what men want. Feel like yes, I'm the king in my home.
King of the jungle.
Yeah, I'm the king in my home. Regardless of the size and of whatever, as long as I have a lion, when a lion roars, whatever is nearby takes off.
Yeah, but I think also, Harriet, the other thing.
But before I finish, someone might misquote me that that's dictatorship. No, what I'm talking about is being honored, being respected, and knowing that my wife looks at me and knows that yes, I am the husband, I am the head of the family. I'm the one who is in charge. I'm meant to be in charge of each and everything. But let there be respect. Even if you are a wife and you're earning more than your husband, or maybe you have a bigger position outside there in terms of career. maybe you're working with a president. If you come back home, you remember you are wife.
You are wife.
Respect me, honor me.
Yeah.
Even if your boss, your supervisor, your employer is bigger than me, when you come back home, leave all those things out. Even if you have a convoy that brings you back home, wherever you are passing, everyone is giving you way, and for me, have none of those privileges. When you come back home, you are a wife. These things of this gospel of feminism does not work in marriage.
It doesn't. That's
the point I'm talking about.
You know, as we talk about a convoy, it's important for you to know that the vice president is already, the speaker is already,
the prime minister is already.
Almost. The two prime
directly?
ministers are all ladies.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, I think that's very important. You know, yes, our education and our status has a place.
Because I did marry those things.
Yes,
I married
when
you as
we
my
are
wife,
at home, we talk. We need to have that conversation. Now, for me, my other thing that I want to share, as men, we have the vision for the family, where we want to have the family,
the flag bearers.
So once you have a vision, why we get our wives, or why you should have like one of the things you expect from your wife is to support your vision. You know, it's not good for you to have this vision and then the wife is looking at the other side. You want you want to have an airport in your village, and then the wife is like, no, at the airport, no, you should have this. You want to buy a car, she's like, no, for me you need to have a bicycle, or you need to have an aeroplane. You know, it's good for us to for women to support those visions that come. And you know, once you support a vision, you can even get to even have better strategies of even amending it and say, now how best can we achieve this? How best can we move towards this?
Without criticizing. Because actually when you what Jad is saying, when you criticize a man from the word go, already you are touching his ego.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying that I'm a person of ego. I'm talking about all men.
Men
naturally.
On average, men
I'm
have
also
ego.
bringing my personal examples and my experience. When you are a woman who is criticizing your husband now and then, that means you're killing your husband's esteem.
Yes. Oh,
you're killing his vision. You're saying your ideas are useless. So you need to have that element of knowing that my husband loves this. So because you came to help.
Yes.
So stand in that.
The women are the suitable helpers.
Yes, suitable helpers. And
yes.
My husband, guide me and say, but this, I think, what if we do like this? So bring your ideas in a very complimentary, lovely, confrontational, and respectful manner, than just saying no. But also, even as husbands, we also need to be very respectful. If our wives have bringing ideas,
I actually always say, and I believe that love and respect are mutual. You cannot say you love me and you don't respect me.
Yeah.
So both wife and husband have to respect and love each other.
Actually, I have a friend of mine who keeps saying, Dixon, when you talk of submission, what are you talking about? How does
That's a topic for another day. We will
when,
discuss
when I cannot
submission.
feel my husband loving me or doing ABCD, how do I submit when I am not feeling ABCD? So the truth is, it's biblical.
And you have your part to play. Your husband has a part to play. Both
I must love you.
You
must also submit and respect. So those things, as Christians, we need to put things into perspective and in real context.
Now, going back to what Jared said, that the men are the leaders of the home, of course, and so they are vision bearers. If your husband has a vision and you do not support that vision, it is most likely to die because he might not be able to go ahead and implement alone. So wives are vision supporters, and then together as a couple, you implement the vision. And that's how you find a home or a family or a marriage growing and thriving.
Yeah, and I think, Harriet, still in addition to that, currently we are seeing a lot of things happening in families. Many of the youths who have got married, I think in about 10 years and below, many of them these days are no longer thinking about constructing a house. They are not thinking about going independent. Most of them are thinking about, can we sleep in the best apartment? Can we have like the best car? The long-term plans seem to be shadowed
on this short-term
on the short-term goals. So at the end of the day, if you as a man you don't have a vision, then trust me, you're going to keep living in the world of luxury.
You will keep spending and
now,
you will not grow or develop.
I'm reading the book of Proverbs, which I should be finishing today. And there's a scripture, I think, in Proverbs, either 20 or 23, that says that a man who loves luxury, you know, will live in poverty.
Yeah.
Eventually,
that's around 23.
Yes.
you can't keep up.
So at the end of the day, yes, there's that bit of luxury. Women love luxury. We do most of these things, staying in those best apartments, driving those cars for you.
We all want posh life.
Yes, we all want posh life. So, but it's good for you also as a man to have a vision. And once you have a vision, help your wife understand that vision. For us, there are some of the things we've chosen to do because we have a vision of where I want to be. Very soon we'll be making 5 years, and that's very soon, maybe next year. In 20, but we said by the time we reach 5 years, we should have achieved A, B, C, D. So for now, we've achieved A, B, we are remaining with C and D, which by next year we hope, and then we shall keep till when we reach in Z. That's if we'll ever reach, because the visions keep expanding.
I know, and changing.
Yeah.
So for sure, ladies who are there, understand your husband, because my likes maybe is different. Yeah, different from his. So understand, what does my wife? What does my husband like? What are his likes? What are his dislikes? What are his preferences? What is his love language? When we are dating, what things was he telling me? And there were those common things that will come every now and then in your communication. And how are you putting those things into order? And you keep saying, yes, I will do them. Yes, now. Why are you not doing those things that you had promised him? So, of course, we also have balance between both of us, but we are now today we are looking at what do we want from the husband.
In other words, there will be a video in the future. There will be a video of what women want from their husbands.
So basically, understand what your husband wants. And walk in those shoes. Don't struggle. Don't fight, and you're not in a competition. Another, like for me personally, another thing which I don't like is the wife who is not committal to your marriage, who is also not very visionary, who is just there. And thank God gave me a wife that knows where we are heading and what we want. And she's a very visionary woman, very committed to the marriage. And and I just wanted, when I was getting married, I wanted a wife who would love my children. First of all, we would have children together, and then who would love my children. Who would make sure to establish a family that has a God-fearing, foundation. And today it's what is happening. We have, for example, on top of having the Tunisia government, which was formed by the children themselves. Yes. They also started their blessed band. Blessed band.
They are singing.
They're good singers.
But see, Harriet, when we talk about what men want from their wives, and Dixon tries to bring in his wife Prim, whom I know, I get so amazed how these guys love each other.
I love
it? For example, I know Prim as one who works in an international organization, and she's at a high level. But when the way they love each other, sometimes you feel like, and I know when she's talking about him, and then they're like, okay, and then when you find Dixon also talking about her, and then they're like, and then you want to meet both of them. So at the end of the day, you be an inspiration, not only to your family, but even to the corporate ladies and corporate gentlemen, especially, for example, in this season of COVID, most of the men lost their jobs, but you can just imagine how much your love with Prim encouraged very many men to remain, supportive and helpful and helpful to
but
the
a
family.
Disclaimer, he has not lost his job. He has taken
he was an inspiration.
Yeah, Warren, what?
But come back to we lost our contract. So
Warren. Okay, before I forget, men are visual. You guys have not talked about the physical. Remember what men want from their wives. Please talk about the physical. I want to know how you want us to look. Please tell us.
When I was marrying my wife, when we are meeting these wives, what comes first is the beauty and the appearance. So the truth is, women, work on yourselves, keep looking beautiful, because for us we are visual. We are attracted by whatever we are seeing around us. So if I felt along the way, what I saw that time when I met you, and I fell in love, has changed. I may now fall out.
Otherwise, would you fall out? Because you chose her.
That's what I'm saying.
You can help her by telling her you find a way of bringing it up, bringing that conversation up.
That's what I'm saying. Men are visual.
Yeah, please help us. Tell us when we are falling out.
Yes,
of,
that's
we are
what-
not
that's
still
what I'm
looking
saying.
good like we should.
But are you ready to accept when we tell
Yes,
you?
Yes.
please. We
Yes,
are. We
because-
are ready because no lady wants to look ugly.
And
Trust me, we want to
that's
look good when we
that's
look
a challenge as men. We try to invest in
We
our
are willing
wives.
to work hard.
Yes, we must invest in
So
you.
please tell us
Give
when
you
we
what
don't
you
look
make-
for
make on-
attractive to
yeah,
you. Please
yeah.
tell us.
But also to make, some ladies want they eat and they come, and they forget about themselves.
Help us exercise with us. Help us have that plan. If you have all meal
Someone will
plans,
tell you,
some people
my
have meal
children,
plans.
I have time, it's,
No, you
I
can
want
also have a
sleep, I
plan
want to
for
relax.
exercising with your wife.
Yeah, but you see, also
To help
talking,
her
talking
keep in
about
shape.
the physical bit.
Uh-huh.
For us, and I'm sure most of the people that watch our videos are literally corporate ladies who work, ladies, who
are civilized.
Like who are
Yeah.
civilized.
So I like the
So
word.
it's important for us to know the kind of environment that we are in. I'm always on social media. I'm always seeing friends post things like they post how they dress, office wear, and then maybe I go to international conferences and all those things. So when I come back to my wife, and even that's a good thing she's on social media, it's not good for you to give a blind eye to what is trending, especially in terms of how you can look physically. But of course, I'm a bit of a conservative guy, so I like decency. So you look out for the
It's
decent bits, but when you're smart, because there are very many things that can make you look decent, that make you look very, very good, instead of you just saying, me, I will always put on my clothes, you put on your... I was going to say but it's important for you, for a women to keep adjusting with a trend and looking very on point in such a, because at the end of the day we'll also be motivated and get to learn that our love is always being refreshed. This one had something to say.
I know that is it. That ladies, keep in shape, keep looking beautiful. Make sure your husband does not look at any other person except you. And
They
when you
will
do that,
physically because
yes,
they can't close their eyes.
that's the truth. Of course, physically, what I mean as in these men are visual. That attraction should not take them like it took them. It took him to look at you and he fell in love. So
But be willing to help us.
You keep
and
be
I
willing
think-
to help us.
And I think, Dixon, just to add something small, we normally say that when someone gains weight, they become ugly or they don't look good. I want to disagree partly with that. What makes actually someone look ugly is failing to conform to the dressing culture. Because if you've been, slim, there's a way slim people put on.
Yes.
But when you've added some weight, it's good to also learn how the people who are in quote plus size dress and they look smart.
The clothes that you look good in.
They look good in at that level of weight, at that level, which is very, very good.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
for me, that is very important because at the end of the day, as men, we are indeed visual, and I wouldn't want to come back and
That's for
whenever
a fact.
my wife is leaving, she looks ugly. Whenever she's coming back,
she's
she
saying,
looks ugly.
why are you looking at that?
How I
lady?
look
No,
at
no,
that? I want to look at another girl
But you
in the
still
street
see them on
and
social media, duh.
no, like I want to see them and then say,
Like you have seen something different.
at least my wife is better, and that's what I always
Yeah.
do. So thank you so much.
All right, so wives out there, I hope you've got your take home. Husbands will be waiting for the video that we will do as wives. Yeah, the women will also do a video.
Yeah, and we'll read your comments, so feel free to drop your comments
Please
in there.
drop your comments down there. If you disagree, if you agree, please let us know in the comment section below. Do not forget to subscribe as usual, and we'll see you in the next video.